So Floyd Mayweather has just fought Deji. If you're asking me honestly what my thought was of the whole fight, one word comes to mind, and that's cringe. But before I get into why, let me just quickly clear the air of what I think of both of these fighters so you can see my perspective of this. Deji, I actually like him. There was a point where Deji was genuinely my most favourite YouTuber like ever. I used to watch him all the time. But funnily enough, when he started doing the YouTube boxing, that's when I was like, okay, I'm gonna peace out now. I didn't like his content anymore, and especially didn't help when he introduced that Dunya girl. Now, pretty much all of you watching this video know by now that Deji has had loss after loss. In fact, he has had 3 losses in a row, and the only fight that he won was against FouseyTube. And I don't mean to be funny, right? As much as I may respect or like Deji, the FouseyTube fight always seemed to me as if it was like one of them setup fights, like ones where you knew that Deji was going to win. And the main reason was because FouseyTube was known as pretty much the worst YouTube boxer ever. The only thing that people could even give FouseyTube credit for in the boxing is the fact that he is incredibly tough. The guy would take an absolute pummeling, especially from Slim and even Deji. They both roughed him up so much, but he never quit. He just kept going forward. The guy's got a pretty solid chin, but in terms of boxing ability, nobody gives him credit. I think FouseyTube even said at one point in an interview, he went, "I know that I'm the worst YouTube boxer ever." I'm pretty sure he said that.
People are saying you picked an easy fight. I just did a video exposing the worst YouTube boxer of all time, and I exposed myself, so that's not saying anything.
So Deji fighting FouseyTube was one of them fights where it was like, okay, Deji is 100% guaranteed to win on this. There's no possible way he would lose this. And the whole reason why Deji fought FouseyTube was simply because it was to get the hate off of Deji and to stop people basically saying give up. That fight was essentially planned, and for me, I never covered the fight because that's the way I saw it. When Deji won, I was a bit like, well, yeah, kind of, that's why they did the fight. It's never changed my opinion on Deji. I've always liked Deji even after that fight. But when I found out that he was fighting Floyd Mayweather, I was there like, what? Deji, this is the guy who couldn't beat Alex Wasabi. That was the fight where Deji was supposed to win to kind of get the hate off him. But he still lost that. And you know, the truth is, as much as I like Deji, as much as I used to enjoy his content, I've never really had anything too bad to say about Deji, or not really much in all honesty. I just don't think boxing is for him. I just don't think it is. But Floyd Money Mayweather, who is supposedly the greatest of all time, which people still for some reason say, is now fighting YouTubers with a record of 1 win and 3 losses. What is happening? I really did think that the Logan Paul fight was bad. I thought that was Floyd Mayweather going to a new low. Like, that was like him showing how desperate he was for money.
Got your hat.
But you know, I can't hold back and be biased. I have to say that deep down, I genuinely thought that Floyd Mayweather fighting Deji was pretty embarrassing, to say the least. And the people that aren't Floyd Mayweather mega fans, we all know that the only reason Floyd did this fight was for money. And money being the thing that Floyd Mayweather claims to have so much of, but then he happens to be fighting YouTubers rather than actual boxers, because he knows that if he keeps fighting these YouTubers, he's going to get loads of money and he's going to keep his record clean. He's basically fighting people he knows will never beat him just so he can keep having money, because, you know, you would definitely do that if you had so much money, right? I just want to say real quickly that all the people that say that Floyd Mayweather is the greatest of all time, I don't quite understand why. Because to me, you can't say that Floyd Mayweather is the greatest of all time for a number of reasons. The first reason is that everyone always goes on about his record, how flawless his record is and how amazing how amazing he was. But people always forget people like Rocky Marciano, a guy who had 49 wins, 0 losses, and he had 43 knockouts. And that was all at heavyweight. Yes, granted, I know the weight classes were different back then. Maybe the boxing ability wasn't as good as what it is now. But that's not the point. People say that Floyd Mayweather is the greatest of all time because of his record, when there's Rocky Marciano who has a better record. Floyd Mayweather does not have 43 knockouts. In my opinion, the boxer that has the greatest fighting style, and in my opinion and a lot of other people, the most memorable fighter, who is the most aggressive fighter, Mike Tyson. People could argue he's the GOAT. But then a lot of people would then argue that Muhammad Ali being the most famous boxer to ever live, and of course being the most important boxer to ever live, because he essentially revolutionized boxing. That man did so much for boxing. Muhammad Ali showed amazing brand new techniques of this incredible footwork and just incredible evasive headwork, just everything about Muhammad Ali. He revolutionized boxing. He showed the world stuff no one has ever seen before. So people could argue that Muhammad Ali is the best. But then Floyd Mayweather, all he has is a squeaky clean record. If Floyd Mayweather thought that he was going to lose a fight, that's where you start to see him become extremely dirty. I get it, he has an incredible record. I understand fully that he is an incredible boxer. His evasive movements are beyond anything that you've ever seen. I understand that. There's just something about Floyd Mayweather where I don't know what it is. I just can't see him as the GOAT. It might just be because of his arrogance, but I don't think he's added to boxing what other people have added. And yeah, I'm not going to go into it too much, but that's my general opinion on Floyd Mayweather. Now, let's just quickly go into the fight. Floyd Mayweather has been boxing pretty much his entire life. And he decided that, maybe it's a good idea if I fight an inexperienced fighter. Someone that's lost 3 times, someone that's only been training for a couple of years, and let's be honest, he only took training seriously for about 1 of them years. That's probably a really good idea. So when these two finally got in the ring with each other, it was just cringeworthy. Floyd was taking the piss out of Deji the entire 6 rounds. He wasn't trying, he wasn't even giving Deji 5%. It was just so difficult to watch where you've got someone essentially just mocking another person. I know it's an exhibition, but what is the point when you've got someone that's such a high level and then someone that's such a low level? Like, there's Mayweather in the ring with his hands down, just bobbing and weaving, like taking the piss, smiling and throwing maybe 1 or 2 punches, and then when he's bored he throws a flurry of punches and lands, of course, every single punch on Deji. Like, there was no competition, there was no chance in hell that Deji even had a chance. At least with the Logan Paul fight, there was a little bit that was interesting. Like, Logan Paul, we've never seen Floyd Mayweather fight someone that was as massive as Logan Paul. So maybe there was that slim chance at that height and that reach and, all of that weight. Logan connected with all of that weight on Floyd's jaw. He's never, received a punch like that in a ring. Like, who knew what was going to happen? But of course, Logan he's not the best boxer, let's just say that. At least that was interesting. But to me, with Deji, it's like you're fighting a guy who's the same height as you, a guy who has lost continuously, and a guy who's never really proven that he's any good at boxing. What is the point? I just don't... I don't get it. To me, I think the best way to describe it is how I was watching it is to change the context. It almost seemed like, imagine if you had a bodybuilder in a gym, right? A guy that was, really strong, massive, like The Rock, and he's there curling weights and whatever, and then he turns around and he sees a skinny dude that's been in the gym for like a month, and then, and then the buff guy's there laughing like, look at this. It's bullying, and it's just not nice. It's unnecessary. And that if you went up to that massive guy and was like, hey, why are you laughing at him? Like, what are you doing? Like, the big muscular guy that was laughing, he's arrogant, so he'll just look at you and go, so what? I do what I want. Like, I'm better than him. And that you'll never win the argument. It doesn't matter, if you try to use reason or logic, he'll just go, well, it doesn't matter because I'm better than him. Like, he's already made his mind up. He's already been making them jokes. He's like, he's nothing. I don't care. Why are you defending him? And for me, why would I want to watch that in a boxing ring? Other people might not have got that impression. You watching this right now, you might have not got that impression. But for me, I found it a bit uncomfortable, and I felt quite sorry for Deji, in all honesty. And after the fight, there was this post-fight interview thing where Floyd was basically saying, oh yeah, I respect Deji, I respect KSI and all this crap, and you know that he doesn't mean a word of it. The thing is he can't then say, yeah, I'm still the best, you guys have seen this, because, you know, everyone will turn around and go, why are you being all arrogant when you find this guy who's got no experience really, like what are you doing? That's the only reason why he was being so nice to Deji. Floyd Mayweather doesn't care about Deji. Floyd Mayweather is not the nicest of people. And of course in that post-fight speech, you know, he's like, yeah, look, he did get me, he did punch me. Guys, I know, you know, you're probably disappointed in the fight, but, you know, at least Deji did land something, so, you know, you didn't entirely waste your money, like. But yeah, to me, I think one of the most interesting things about the whole fight, in all honesty, was the Jake Paul and Tommy Fury confrontation, which I'm probably going to make a video about. In all honesty, I'm still very surprised this fight happened, and I still don't quite understand why. Whatever the official story as to why this fight happened, I don't buy it. The truth is Floyd Mayweather just wanted to fight someone that he knew that he didn't even have to train for. Like, he just needed to get in the ring, take the piss, you know, dance around the ring, have a bit of fun, collect like $20 million and then peace out, you know. That's the reason why he did it. But all I say is fair play to Deji. Like, you know, the guy got in the ring with one of the legends in boxing. I wouldn't do that. Even if someone offered me £1 million, I wouldn't want to get in the ring with Floyd Mayweather. As much as I may not like him, the guy is an incredibly good boxer, and I would not want to have that risk of me essentially getting beaten up in front of millions of people, becoming a laughing stock. So fair play to Deji for actually getting in the ring and not, you know, saying I can't do this, like getting scared. Like, he still did it. So you have to give Deji respect for that. But for me, you know, this fight, has it changed my opinion on Floyd Mayweather? Not really. If anything, it's just made it worse. It just proves to me yet again that he's an arrogant bully, and he just is broke and just won't admit it. I suppose one positive is at least Floyd Mayweather hopefully will give Deji a good payday. Let's hope it's not a repeat of him stealing money off Logan Paul. So hopefully Deji gets the money that he deserves. He deserves a bag for this one. But yeah, I just want to say real quick, thank you to everybody for watching. If you're new to the channel, why not do me a favour and hit that subscribe button. Alright everyone, thank you again for watching. Take it easy. Peace!